back to tell y'all all about what's on my mind once again. Yes, I know you thought, that I wasn't doing this probably no more, but there's so much been happening that I just couldn't refrain myself from not speaking on all this stuff that's going on. Now, I'm gonna go first to that incident about with that young girl in school. I forgot what they said she was in school at. It may come to me before I end, but she was sitting in the classroom when they called in a police officer to come and eject her from the classroom because they said she refused to want to get up and get out. Now, I know that, we can get tired of these young kids and they get up on your nerves enough that you want to strangle them and kill them. But this man went in there, this big muscle-bound police officer went into that classroom and just walked up to the girl. He didn't even say, "Get up. I want you to get out of the classroom." He didn't say nothing like that. He just walked on over to him. Now maybe he was standing at the door and might have said it because we only see him when he walking over to her, but he didn't walk over to her and say nothing. He just walked over to her, took a hold of that chair and just toppled over her little desk and her on with it over onto the floor. And the next thing you know, he's grabbing her up and slinging her across the room. He threw the child across the classroom floor. Now, when I looked at that, it reminded me of an episode out of Wrestlemania. I thought I was watching, because this guy, he's the police officer. He a muscle-bound, big, strapping man. And he come in and grab a hold of that young child and fling her down. And then the next thing, I'm listening on the news, and they start talking about, she was unruly. She didn't want to give up the phone. She didn't want to do this. But did it take all of what he did? Did it take all of that? And then they start talking when, they say she got her arm in a sling. Her arm in a sling. Are you kidding me? What I saw, her mother better, when they go, she better make sure they keep that doctor thing open because from what I see, that girl going to have trouble further down the road. Because a lot of times, I know this first. Ask somebody like me, somebody old like me. They know that these injuries show up later on down the road. And when you start getting old, every ache and crake and every knock and bump and every incident you ever had start showing up and start acting out on you. Yes, they do. Yes, it do. So when I seen what he did, ain't no way you could tell me she had suffered some kind of she could have got any kind of internal bleeding. I mean, this man took her and flipped her over and slammed her on the floor like Wrestlemania. So you just talking about some minor injury? No. They ain't, no. Stuff gonna show up on her. Now, it may not show up now. It may not have showed up 2 weeks after. It may not show up a month after that incident. But it gonna show up. And I'm going to be surprised if later on down the road, she might not have suffered some kind of back injury. Because when you're young, you don't feel none of this stuff. She don't know what she posted, she just walking around and she don't realize what's happening to her. But she starts slowing down and less able. She won't recognize that it might have been because that police officer took her and slammed her to the ground. Now, I think that that is a bad thing when an unruly child is sitting in the classroom and they get awarded a lot of money for being unruly. But when an unruly police officer or anybody come in and start doing what he does, then that's what's going to happen. I don't think, unruliness should be rewarded, but I don't expect that, and think that, unruliness in regards to our obligation as being adults and how we handle situation, because we're supposed to diffuse situation. We're not supposed to come into a situation and cause more damage than what is already there. Those little young kids sitting in that classroom were all observing what this police officer was doing to that young girl. What do you think it was doing to their mind? It was making them think, I better not do nothing because these police going to be slamming me. They might develop a fear of police officer. Who know what kind of trauma put upon those children sitting in that classroom. I'm seriously telling, when you see that kind of stuff acting out and that kind of violence, because that was violent, that act of that police officer upon that young, she was not armed. She wasn't trying to fight out back. Everybody said, oh, look at her. She's reaching back, trying to grab. No, when somebody got you up in the air, your arm going to be flinging, and you're going to be trying to reach for something to stabilize yourself, to grab a hold of something. That's what you're going to be doing. If it happened to you, let me see your arm sit beside your side and stay there, and somebody got you up in the air and flipped over your chair. I want to see where your arm's going to go, because your arm's going to be moving too, trying to grab a hold of the only thing you know you can grab a hold on, and that's the person who got you up in the air getting ready to fling you, because you understand what's getting ready to happen, and your body just automatically responds in a certain kind of way in order to protect itself and trying to keep itself from being injured. So, when those people sitting up there and they looking at that video footage and they talking about what she was doing and how she was trying to hit the police officer and all of that, no, baby, let somebody grab you up and take you up in the air and fling you and see what your arm's going to be doing. I know what your arm's going to be doing. Going to be acting just the way her arm's going to be doing. I didn't see her throw a punch. I didn't see her trying to beat him up. I didn't see none of that. I didn't see her try to kick him. I didn't see nothing like that. So, so we always looking at these victims and trying to make them to be so big and so bad. But that man was unruly. He stepped outside of the law when he did what he did, and he deserved to be fired. And I think that was good that they fired him immediately, because everybody who saw that footage should have been sick at what they saw. It could have been any one of our children. It could have been, but thank God it wasn't. And I pray to God that she wasn't seriously hurt. And I pray to God that none of what has happened to her in that incident of being thrown down and slammed to the ground and then slinged across that floor is not going to come back to her years later, because I believe that it will. Because I know how injuries are. You may not feel it for years, but you're going to end up feeling it. I know that for sure. I really do. Baby, God bless you now. And this has been Mama. Mama, tell the truth, Mama, tell the truth. You know I'm going to tell the truth everywhere I go. I'm going to tell the truth, and I'm going to tell you to tell the truth too. We got to tell the truth everywhere we go. Oh, yes, we do. God bless you now. Until the next time. Bye-bye.